Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 93. I want to talk about the attractiveness of God. So perhaps you found yourself desiring God as we round up and conclude the book of Deuteronomy. So why might I be attracted? The first way I want to approach this is by the absence of being with the Lord. So there's a concept in Deuteronomy, which is carried through to the New Testament, is sometimes people are prevented from assembling in the Lord. And sometimes people are prevented from gathering on the Lord's day, either because of sickness, but also sometimes because of punishment. Now, the Lord walks amidst the camp of the people of God. And so this assembly, it's desirous to go to that assembly and meet God in a unique way. So we asked the question during our podcast series, would the inability to attend church be a sting to you? Now at my church, there's 60 shut-ins, and they desire nothing more than to come to church on Sunday. Now they're not being punished, but they feel that sting of absence every week. So they're attracted, but they can't come. So similarly, if you deny access to the family of God, it can actually be used as a punishment because of that sting. So sometimes, even in the New Testament, people are prevented. They're commanded to have nothing more to do with certain recalcitrant people. And the ultimate censure is frequently the absence of the ability to gather. So it's even called being handed over to Satan, which sounds so dramatic, but it doesn't require a big trip because the world of Satan is only 1 inch outside the doors of the church. So assembling should be valued and appreciated and treasured. And if you hear of a brother who didn't go to church on Sunday, you can maybe ask him in a snarky way, hey, are you under church discipline? So let's go with the idea of desiring the people and gathering. And if you're not under church discipline, then fly to church this Sunday. So similarly, second point is, well, why is Israel so smoking hot? So Israel is this very unique people for the treasured possession of God. It's attractive, it's compelling, it's a people group that cannot be ignored. Why is that? Well, it's a people group that's viewed differently by God. They're supposed to act differently. They're supposed to be set apart and holy. And they're valued. God values them in a very unique way. So it's not because they're bigger, better, shinier. It's God's choice and God's intent and God's plan and God's presence. So he's preparing this undeserving people group, Israel, by demonstrating his kindness so that eventually he can demonstrate his kindness to another undeserving people group, you and the world and all of us. So there are people that are attracted to this, and we find them in the book of Deuteronomy. We see people trying to align themselves with Israel. Now, God's eye is on kind of the downtrodden, the poor, the borrower, the lender, the imposed upon, the sick, the leprous, the hired worker, the fatherless, the widow, the slave, the bondservant, and the sojourner. So God's eye is disproportionately upon the people who might be living outside this country and culture. So the immigrant, the foreigner, the stranger. So why might there be sojourners, wanderers, people not of this culture, in the midst of God's people? Well, for some of them, it's because they see God there. And they know that he is uniquely, and at that period of time, geographically located in Israel. And so they feel this call to go to Israel, even though they're not Israeli. So for those people, they're not seeking a country. They're seeking God himself. So they feel attractive. The third way that I want to talk about is our taste buds. So Deuteronomy, or the study of God or exposure to God, is uniquely satisfying. And nothing else is going to satisfy you for which God has given you taste buds for, which is himself. We use the picture of lions. So lions don't like Skittles or sweet things because they have no taste buds for sweet, but they have like 10,000 times more taste receptors for umami, so they go bonkers for meat. So their taste is tuned for the diet that God has specifically for them. And you have the taste buds of a lion, so to speak, that they're specifically tuned to God. So you desire the flavor and satisfaction that's found only in God himself. And so if you wonder why riches or power or beauty or pleasure do not ultimately satisfy, then perhaps you should reconsider what is the ultimate satisfaction. And perhaps you should reconsider who is the ultimate satisfaction. Like it says in Psalm 73:5, whom have I in heaven but you? And there is nothing on earth that I desire besides you. So you can even burn Christians at the stake and torture them, and they're not going to betray their ultimate satisfaction, which is this relationship with the Lord above, with the Lord alone. He is the great reward. So you have taste buds specifically designed for satisfaction only in him. And the Lord may be giving you this diet that will only satisfy that ultimate desire, which is himself. So the Lord is placing himself front and center, and specifically in the midst of this unworthy people group. And what we find is people wanting it and desiring it. And so perhaps as you have read the book of Deuteronomy, you also have been attracted to the Lord. And in a sense, you don't have the taste buds of a lion, but you have the taste buds of a human, which are the taste buds of a Christian, calibrated, designed, attracted to him alone. So you find yourself attracted to the Lord at the end of the book of Deuteronomy, which is what we're doing here today. There is a reason for it. And today he places himself in the midst of us. He places himself before us. So my charge or encouragement is to go with that, to grab him, taste him, and trust him today. Thanks for listening.